next guy. Hey, Shaun, what?
You look a lot like Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for noticing. I borrowed this off him in the 90s. This next gentleman truly has an enigmatic voice worth hearing, an artistic voice, a soulful voice. It's masterful. It's artful. It touches on Waits and Dylan and Cohen whilst being truly his own. He describes his music and songs about myth, mortality and unemployment, which I think is beautiful. Romance cheek by jowl with ugly reality. I hope I'm saying his name right. It's Ichabod Wolf.
I was nearing perfect symmetry when somebody crossed the line. The artist in their artistry, distilling the divine, and all God's awful creatures will know it in their time. Dispassionately dancing the steps they have been taught, near crippled by the weight of human thought. I was halfway to the heavens, I was forced to turn around. I'd been searching for that secret, often felt, never found. How mortal mouths are moved to make that hallelujah sound, reluctantly reciting the words they have been taught, speechless at the voice of human thought. The pearl inside the oyster, the rods within the sea, the ghost in the machine, the monks inside the cloister, the starlet on the screen, variations on a theme. Why bother curing hunger? What we need to cure for greed. The ferryman will row, blow, Gabriel blow. I was standing at the crossroads with a pocket full of gold when I heard a choir of angels sing the devil's rock and roll. They wouldn't take my money, so I offered up my soul. Now soullessly singing the songs that I had bought, bankrupt by the cost of human thought. I was sailing for the new world, I was stranded by a storm, I was sweating in the spotlight under pressure to perform, the remnants of a renegade who can't help but conform, remorsefully romancing the last sailor in the port, landlocked on a sea of human thought. The pearl inside the oyster, the rods within the sea, the ghost in the machine, the monks inside the cloister, the starlet on the screen, variations on a theme. Why bother curing hunger? What we need to cure for greed. See my cup overflow, blow, Gabriel 1,000 years of progress, and what have we to show? Fast food at the Alamo. I never felt so low. I was destined for Damascus. I was seeking peace of mind. A brushstroke from my masterpiece could see, but now I'm blind. So I tuned in to the radio, and I felt the stars align. The movement of the planets in their gravitational force sent spinning on the wheel of human thought. I always was ahead of the curve, in splendid isolation for the past 30 years. But when the news came over, I was almost moved to tears of joy. While socializing stigmatized, my way of life's legitimized, I'm never gonna leave the house again. So many ways to while away the hours, all golden opportunities for budding seeds to flower, blank pages to be filled, and the keys into the tower of song. Though thoughts come indiscriminate, my idleness is infinite. I haven't got the strength to lift the pen. Dispatches from the quarantine zone, where restless minds resign to roam the vacant hallways of inhospitable homes. With days enough to build empires of Rome, my good intentions pave the road between the sofa and the TV and the phone. Such promises in our autonomy to catch upon the classics or complete The Witcher 3. What future is deserving of the kind of history we made? Since ages of enlightening, all culture is recycling till all of life's condensed into a meme. Dispatches from the quarantine zone, where restless minds resign to roam the vacant hallways of inhospitable homes. With days enough to build empires of Rome, my good intentions pave the road between the sofa, the TV, and the phone. And how will we survive this when left to our devices? Together we will fight this when left to our devices. We'll carry on despite this when left to our devices. These moments all are priceless, still we cling to our devices. Dispatches from the quarantine quarantine zone where restless minds resign to roam the vacant hallways of inhospitable homes. With days enough to build empires of Rome, my good intentions pave the road between the sofa and the TV and the phone. I saw you standing by the abattoir, looking every inch a soldier. You were chewing on your fingernails. I lost my appetite. What a miserable year that was, falling victim to wanderlust. We just ended up right back at the start. I've no sense of adventure. Everyone was going, so I figured I had better tag along. Dancing at the dry disco, my body knows that these aren't sober songs. So I got myself clean and I fled from the scene, stolen my brother away. What a depressing thought, these could be our halcyon days. And I will lead by example toward the summit of the species. In a world's first world phenomenon, suicide by diabetes. Alone in a hole in the middle of the desert. Yeah, I guess that I've been better. It could be worse. I could be in Sunday school reciting some insipid Bible verse, or clocking into work. Destroy these distractions to relieve the human curse. Like a Freudian slip or a shirt that don't fit out, giving too much away. What a distressing thought, these could be our halcyon days. And I'll find the answers in time, but there isn't time enough. Sometimes it's a time for giving up. We were standing at the reservoir after 40 weeks of drought. You were sucking on a cigarette. I lost my appetite. You said you'd be a millionaire if only you weren't riddled with this doubt. I told you I would write a song and call it Ichabod Sells Out. In the coffee shops of Amsterdam, full-blooded Anglo-Saxon men vomit and shout their slaves unto their culture, while in Burdome working men's club stands the only girl I have ever loved. She's draining suds from her husband's half of porter. I am wide-eyed, a lamb to the slaughter, in some fag-ash room off Boythorpe Road, talking in code down borrowed phones. All the rest is overload and I'm losing focus, till someone calls another round and a short one more to wash it down. There's no need to be nervous now, we're in this together. It was so good for so long, nothing lasts forever. It was only once I returned to my senses. Did I realize you were always at the center? We were all just painted horses going round. So the Arctic ceiling drips its stalactites, and the smoke crawls through the window into night. Once the priest delivers sacrament, the coroner scrawls accident will carry on. The world must keep on turning till all that's left are souvenirs, the only proof you were ever here. And the loose change in my pocket is money for burning. God knows I feel old now, there's so much I'm still learning. Alone astride the carousel, rich tapestry or living hell, the only constant is the changing of the seasons. But I believe in Herman Hesse, in Gustav Klimt, Joan Baez. I believe we must be put here for a reason. I'd unlock the secrets, can't get the key in. It was only once I returned to my senses. Did I realize you were always at the center? We were all just painted horses going round. And how shall I articulate such grief with the romance of a poet or the honor of a thief? The things we treasure most we cannot keep. I'll miss you, old friend, but I will not weep. We begin again when we go to sleep. The only bad thing about the bar is there ain't a bed, so I can get Zeus, but there's no place to lay my head. The only bad thing about the prison is there ain't a bar, so I can get a good night's sleep but can't raise a jaw. The only bad thing about my job is that I don't get paid, so I can feel a sense of worth but can't pull a wage. The only bad thing about the drink is the dollars and dimes, or I'd be having a good time all the time. Lord Almighty, what a life of sin. when the bars either propping you up or else keeping you in. Say, sing what you know, this is the life I choose. So here's another song about prison and booze. The only bad thing about my wife is she's never home, and a man can only live on microwave meals so long. The only bad thing about my lover is she ain't my wife, so I'm gonna get a rough ride in the afterlife. The only bad thing about life is it has to end, since I was caught between the legs of the wife of my best friend. The only bad thing about the bottle is it has to run dry, but at least I'll be leaving this old world whiskey fried. Lord Almighty, what a life of sin, when the bars are the propping you up or else keeping you in. Say, sing what you know, this is the life I choose. So here's another song about prison and booze. Lord Almighty, what a life of sin, when the bars are the propping you up or else keeping you in. They say, sing what you know, this is the life I choose. Here's another song about prison and booze. When I arrive in hell with the whistles and the bells, befitting my ascension to the throne, inside the instinct to rebel, with sacred secrets I would tell, dissenting seeds have already been sown. A revolution soundtrack to the rattling of bones. I was torn between two worlds, the sacred and profane. In one world I was deaf and dumb, the other blind and lame. I was trying to up the ante, but I'd already lost the game. There's a certain skill in knowing when you're beat. This life's a lonely chorus line of softly shuffled feet. Another loser in the live love. The blushing bride has butchered the bouquet, playing he loves me not till only stalks remain, a fitting tribute for a grave. I'm off to join the monastery, don't even try and stop me with a vision of the man I want to be. But the monastery won't take me, say I'm just too goddamn lazy, so I left that place no longer on my knees. When I finally found the light switch, there was nothing much to see. I gave up all my possessions and in a feat of misdirection come out the other side a millionaire. I'd tell you how I did it, but I don't think you'd want to hear it. From where you are, I guess it's hard to care. There's a bubbling at the bottom of the barrel of despair. Another loser in the live love. The restless groom can heal and run away. He vows to live out his remaining days, letting the chips fall where they may. And there's the crux of things, how true love conquers everything once said in jest. I never guessed, now I know it to be true. On bated breath and beating wing, each silent soul now moved to sing, they will reject all loneliness to be born in love.